everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kathy and today I'm going to be showing you a card workshop that I'm doing. I already did one and I have another one coming up. So these are the cards that I'm planning on doing. So the what I do is I make 5 different cards and they make 2 of each of the cards. So what I did is, with most of the paper that I've used, it's double-sided, so you actually have a different pattern on each side. So this is the exact, like the same paper that I used for both of these cards, but this paper and this paper is just turned over. So you essentially can make the 2 different cards but use the same paper. And then I picked different kind of the solid cardstock on the bottom to coordinate, and then the tabs and stuff. So this is the first card and it's pretty simple card. So that was the first one. And then the second card that we made in the workshop that I've already done is, this is actually, we have a workshop kit. This is called Snow Haven, and we have a card workshop kit, and this is one of the cards that you can make in the kit. So I basically just followed the same design for this card. So, and again, it's the same card, but the paper is just reversed. So you just turn it over and you're gonna have this side, and if you turn it over again, you're gonna have this side. So again, it's a very simple card. There's a little bit of the stamping on the top and on the sentiment and the little tag there. So that's card number 2. And for card number 3, I'll show you both of them, but they're bigger. So this is using the Yuletide Greetings paper pack, and this little Christmas owl is from the new Artfully Sent Cricut Cartridge. So I just cut several of those so that they could put them on the front of these cards. I thought it looked really cute with this card. So this is the one side of the paper, and then if you turn the paper over, the pattern paper, this is the pattern that's on the back of it, and then also this is the back of the other paper here. And so you basically have 2 similar cards obviously, but they just add some variety to make them look a little bit different with the background pattern paper there. The 4th card that we made is the exact, like, this is the same card. I didn't turn the paper over or anything because basically this is the same paper but just turned over. So really they could have just reversed the 2 if they wanted, but I think for the most part they all just picked them to do them the same. So I'm really loving this little moped. I just think it's so cute. And then I just threw in some of our sparkle paper or glitter paper that we have with Close to My Heart. So I thought that looked nice on the card. So that's the 4th card. And then the final card I actually cut on the new Artfully Sent Cricut Cartridge. So the way this card works is it just opens up like that, and all of these pieces, except for these two pieces of paper here, everything else is cut on the new Artfully Sent Cricut Cartridge. So I'm actually going to show you like a little mini tutorial on how to make this card right after this. If you're interested in that, then just keep watching. Otherwise, I'll see you in one of my next videos, and I thank you for stopping by. But basically with the card, the Artfully Sent Cricut Cartridge, it's meant to be a 5x7 card, this one, but I needed to size it down. So I'm going to show you how you can size down the cards with that type of Cricut cartridge. So if you're interested, just keep watching. So basically I'm going to be doing this card here, which is like a Christmas card, and so I'm going to need to cut these 2 pieces that coordinate in order to form this card. So if you noticed here, it has the number 7, which means it's recommending that you put the your size dial to the 7-inch mark, and then you cut both pieces at 7, and it's going to size down this one for you automatically. But that also says to me that that's going to be, when it's completed, a 5x7 card, but I actually don't want a 5x7 card in this case. I'm going to be doing the A2 cards, so I want it to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So because this says 7 inches, instead of 7 inches on the side, the length, I want it to be 5 1/2 inches instead. So I'm going to try that right now. I'm going to put in 5 1/2, and I'm going to leave it at 5 1/2, and I'm going to cut these 2 pieces of paper, and I'm going to come back and show you how they cut. Okay, so what I did is I put the dial size at 5.5, like I said I was going to, and basically what this cut this card down to is going to be a 4 by 5.5. So it's not going to be 4 1/4 by 5.5, but that's because the original one is 5 by 7. So as soon as you change the dial from the 7 to whatever size you want, it's just going to size it down. So it automatically has a formula of the size it's going to size it down to. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you this at all, but there's this little notch right there. And then there's also one at the bottom here. And so that shows you where you need to score it. And then you also need to score it here. There's a little notch there. And then there's also one, again, I don't know if that's going to pick up on camera. There's one down here. So basically, I've already scored one of them. And so you just fold the card in half, this card, and then you fold back the flap. And then on the other score line, and that's how the card works. It's going to open up like this. And then I cut the coordinating piece, and I chose this in the crystal blue, and so that one is going to go on the inside of the card here. And then when you close it, you can read the sentiment down here. So I'm going to show you how I further kind of decorate this card, and I'll show you at the end, and I'll probably give you some more tips along the way. And one thing I did notice is when you're cutting these cards, because there's all this fine detail here, I had to fool around with the settings, like with respects to the pressure and the speed. So I made the pressure so that it was on the high or the 4th bar, and I changed the speed to the 3rd bar. And then I also went between setting my needle setting, I guess, to either a 5 or a 6. So I did find that when I did stuff like that, I was able to just pop out the cutouts really easily, because if you can't pop them out really easily, you end up trying to kind of rip them off, and then you can rip into the cardstock. And with this card, you see both sides of the cutout image, so you need it to be fairly clean so that it's going to look nice when the card is completed. So I'm going to come back and show you the completed card. Okay, so this is my completed card that I made. I used a retired paper pack from Close to My Heart, which is called Believe. So I kept this card fairly simple. All I really did was add in this strip of paper, which ties in all the colors together. And then I wanted to add some of this glitter paper, and I cut it into a 1/4 inch size. And then for this one, what I love about these cards is that they have all the words, and then you could technically pop like any coordinating color that you use with your paper, or that you choose to use, and put it under any of the words that you want. So in this case, I put there's just a little bit of the glitter paper behind these little notches there, so then that kind of ties in the glitter paper here. And then I cut out a 2 1/4 by 2 inch piece of red cardstock and then put it behind. But before I did that, I put a little bit of the green. So when you cut out this tree, you have this tree kind of left over. So I just kind of cut out the top like 1/3, and then I put it behind, and then I put it behind this little tree before I put the red paper down behind it. So yeah, super simple, and it's like a cute card. I mean, pretty much when you make these cards, the Cricut does most of the work for you. So that's what's so great about it, because then you can just pull them together fairly quickly. So I do hope that you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to give a quick tutorial on making one of the cards on the Cricut, because a lot of the videos I show using the Artfully Sent Cricut Cartridge were for projects other than cards. So now I'm starting to make more of the cards on the Cricut, and I just wanted to give you a little demonstration. So until next time, happy crafting. Thanks. Bye-bye.